Bethany, do you know what the Corporate Transparency Act is?
I believe it was a bill that they were working on, where you had to register your company or you were going to be fined. I believe it was $500 a day, and then perhaps worst case scenario, prison, and I think there's another steep fine.
Mm-hmm.
Is that close?
Yep, very close. And 34.8 million small businesses needed to do this. And luckily for them, there were a couple of court decisions, one saying it was unconstitutional, another said no, it's perfectly fine. And the most recent decision that said, okay, this is unconstitutional, this is overstates rights, and at this point, a third panel reversed the decision, reinstituting it, citing to the need to preserve the constitutional status quo until further arguments are heard on March 25th. So originally, all these small businesses, they were supposed to take all of their information of what they call beneficial owners, 25% or more ownership of a company, and report it to a federal website to the U.S. Treasury Department. And this was enacted back in 2021. And I'm going to tell you who was the original creator of this Corporate Transparency Act. Representative Carolyn Maloney, Democrat, New York, and Senator Sherrod Brown, Democrat, Ohio. Both are no longer in office.
Okay.
Both, Carolyn Maloney, she was voted out 2022 or so. And Sherrod Brown more recently, 2023 or 2024. So neither one of those two, who are the ultimate sponsors of this bill, are in office anymore. And so the whole point of this law, and just so you know, I'm gonna be very brief on this. I did write an article that's going to be on our Substack, DennisHendrickson.com. You can read all about this and all of the details. And I encourage you to go to DennisHendrickson.com and read this article. Because if you are a small business owner, one of 34.8 million people who employ others, this is extremely important that you need to pay attention to this. Because you probably didn't hear about this. I certainly didn't hear about this, and you had asked me a question earlier, how did I know? Mm-hmm. If you have a corporate lawyer and they're paying attention to it, that's how I knew about it. And they said, hey, look, you need to register your beneficial information to this Department of Justice website or Department of Treasury website. The Justice Department, under Merrick Garland, the previous administration, sued to enforce this, to continue to enforce this. The point is that you need to know about this, because if it's enforced again, hopefully under the Trump administration, it will be eliminated completely. However, there are a lot of people who gave their information and put their information into this website. Not as many as 34.8 million people are business owners, but there were plenty of laws that were already in effect where this was completely unnecessary. The Bank Secrecy Act, the Patriot Act, Anti-Money Laundering Act of 2020, the FCPA, Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, Internal Revenue Service Code already has this, reporting requirements, SEC regulations, international treaties, et cetera. All of this stuff was already in place. This is an assault on small business. This is something you need to pay attention to. And again, you can go to DennisHendrickson.com and read all of the details. I'm going to put that there because all of the stuff that I go through, it'll be a half an hour long or more video. And it's much better for you to just go and read about it. But, again, hopefully it's going to be thrown out completely and we'll find out in March, and we'll see what ends up happening. But again, many people didn't know about this. And once again, It's more information that you have to give to the federal government that would have been hacked. Somebody would have gotten that. They would have gotten your driver's license information. They would have gotten any other, personal identifiable information that you would have put on this website. And God only knows what would have happened to it. But it is very important to mention and let people know. And head to DennisHendrickson.com and you'll read more about it. So if you learned anything from the video, be sure to click the like button. Also, be sure to subscribe as well. And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye, everyone.